Well, race fans, welcome to the official GT World Challenge game today. My name is Johnny Coulson. As you can see, these race cars are already in the garage. As you can see, on your right side is the free practice. Up there says free practice 500. And then on your left hand side is all the drivers from 16 on up. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing going. As you can hear, the engines fire up on these cars as they are ready to rumble. He's looking around to make sure no one else is there, as we'll He was just doing it to let those guys know that he is ready to roll. Well, there's car number 25. I forget who that is. I forgot who that was. And car number 25. This is the in-car cam of the race car. That's a good view right here, showing you the speedometer of the car today. Whoa, he got a little sideways. This is only free practice today, as this is only free practice.
Way on the left.
Slams it down to the first gear, going into that corner.
Way on the right. Car on the right. Way on the right.
That's a great corner for the legendary Donnie Walton in corner 96. Oh, missed that turn just a little bit there on the inside. Slamming it down to second gear. That's what you want to see from a legend. Back down to that second gear. Huggy pull on the inside of the racetrack, just like he used to back in 1996. 96 on the side of that race car for that very reason, because he was the track champion in the 1996 GT class. Camera view right there, slows it to first, slow it way down, and then back up to second. Gets way wide. Oh, we'll take you back in car cam now. So that session is completely over with now, as they can slow it all the way down. You know, those guys back there behind him is figure out what's going on, because he's slowing way down. But here's the thing, free practice is over, so let's get a chance to talk to Don Johnson in Corner 96. Don, can you hear us? Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Man, buddy, you're only how old in this class, and you are still tearing it up, my friend. I tell you what, you're the only oldest driver to basically compete in this group of class here. What was going through your head in free practice there? You know, I just got a little tight. So, but we'll try to figure that out next time. But well, thank you, Don, and take it all the way. Thank you. He's just gonna try to get out of their way there. Well, I tell you what, I have never seen a guy like him take it this far. I mean, basically, he's just unreal. So it's just, this guy is basically unreal from my standpoint of racing competition. So now I will tell you, here in qualifying number 1, I'm going to send it down to Johnny Wilson in the pit area in front of that car. Johnny, take it away. Thank you very much. I'm standing right here, right in front of the legendary Carter 96 of Don Johnson. He has been fantastic in that free practice today. I talked to him a little bit later, and he said it was too tight. So, but he said once he gets into this qualifying round, it should be okay. But moving forward, he's just got to get his head in the clear. Back to you guys. Thank you very much, and we'll send it down for qualifying number 1. Don Johnson, the 1996 track champion, and he has won almost all his classes in that year. Be quiet for a little bit so you can hear the engine of this car, or the inside of the cockpit of this car of Don Johnson. It's just amazing what these cars can do under a lot of horsepower underneath the hood. Whoa, Don Johnson! Oh, Don. Not the way he wanted qualifying to go. So no laps have been scored, so thank goodness that lap is not going to count against him. As you watched the free practice today, those guys were actually hitting pretty good on the digits there. And free practice today.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
He's got a car on his left side there. But he knows that it's there. But hey, it is what it is. The legend is not going to give up today. That's a great corner for Don Johnson. Don Donson in corner 96, excuse me. So I tell you what, race fans, if you're wanting to watch the race today, here coming up soon,
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
you can come right back here and watch it. We will come back on the live air of CBS Sports called YouTube, and we'll be back live after qualifying number 1. So you're just watching the guys come back by, and there is the racetrack legend. See?
Session is now over.
Well, we're back here for the GT World Challenge today in Hungarian for, I believe, qualifying number 2 today. And in the box with me today, it is Johnny Colson. Johnny, what are we seeing out of these guys that were in free practice and group qualifying number 1 that we've seen these guys push coming into qualifying number 2? Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a good field cars. There's going to be a little bit more of a handful when it comes into race day. It's just, you're going to see a lot more in race day, I think. Guys are going to push. You're going to have guys sweating by the end of the day going into race number 2. You're going to have to take a break in order to win this race by race 2. You're going to have to finish race 1. There's no doubt about it. Because of everybody racing number 1, you're going to have to go into number 2. Once you get into number 2, that's when it's hardcore. Final race of the day. You got everybody on the line for 30 grand in this group. This is what you're going to see. Everybody dive bombing the Legend. The Legend going to take 30 grand out of this thing. And there's nothing better than Don Dotson taking the win for $30,000 out of this event. He's done it for 59 years. He is 63 and he's done it for so long. He knows this track. He knows the layout. He knows these cars. He's done it for so long that it's in his head. So that's my intake. I don't know about John's or yours, but that's my intake. Well, that's actually a great point, because $30,000 on the line tonight is going to be the grand finale in race number 2. Now, when we get into the race 2, we're going to be discussing way a lot more than what you would be in race 1. You're going to see guys push, like you said there. When you get pushing, that's when the adrenaline gets 10 times worse. It just gets worse by race 2. By the end of the night, even if you don't win the $30,000, you will still come out on top. Well, I just want to say here, Jim, is that's your name? Yeah. Chris, what's your take on this? Yeah, what Johnny was saying there earlier. When we see cars on the track, I'm looking to see who's placing points. Who puts points on the board? You're pushing more momentum into the box. When you push that momentum in that box, move out. The Legend's going to come through. Well, we're going to go to qualifying number 2 here at 9:20 today for 5 minutes. So, with that being said, who's ready to go racing here today? Because I know I am, I know you guys are here in the booth. Let's go qualifying! The Legend coming out first in this one here. Listen to this. That's just a nice sounding race car, healthy as can be, and he takes pride into his race cars. Oh, what a great corner there, Jim. What I just seen right there was a great corner from Don Dodson. Yeah, and you talked about that earlier in free practice today. You said, or yesterday, you said that some of these guys are going to be pushing 10 times harder. That's what you're seeing out of this Legend right now, as he's pushing the 10 times harder point already here in qualifying number 2 today. If I may add something while we're in qualifying number 2, I know we're not in the race mode just yet. We're just going to get started in qualifying. What I'm seeing out of these 8 on the left side of the car and 25.5 on the right side of the car. I asked him why that is, and he told me is because, and he said because it gives him more bite into the corners, but it also gives him that leverage as well. That's my intake on it. The legend Don Johnson into the inside of that racetrack today for qualifying number 2. He was being careful going through that corner because he didn't know what was going to happen.
On the left. Clear on the left.
That's his spotter. That also helped him in 1996 to lead him to the track champion as well in 1996. The legend is really liking the bottom side of the racetrack for some reason. Puts him 3rd right now on the grid. Oh, he jacked that corner up.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Look at that. Huggy pulls the bottom into turn number 1. Or whatever turn that is. And qualifying over with, but that bumps him down to 16, unfortunately. Unless he comes back across the line to put it on the top spot. Which I highly doubt that's going to happen. Well, you don't want to jinx him right now because he's doing really good. Huggy pulling that inside. Floats out, got a perfect straight line. Got a good corner right there from the legend, Mr. Donnie Johnson.
Session is now over.
Okay, it bumped him up 1 spot, but unfortunately, it is put him 15th on the grid today. So, it's the Hungarian Sprint Race Weekend. It's the Hungarian Sprint Race Weekend. As race fans, are you ready? Because, ladies and gentlemen, as race fans, are you Because I know I am. Because, ladies and gentlemen, race number 1 coming underway today in Hungarian